As the days start to get cooler, this mushroom pho is going to be the most comforting meal you've had in a while. What up, y'all? It's your boy BCD in the house, and you are now rocking to another episode of Good Life Cooking. Today we got a very special vegan pho that's going to use 3 mushrooms, and it's going to be slamming. Let's go. I got 3 mushrooms here, all from Hokto Kinoko. This is a trumpet mushroom, organic Shimeji. Lastly, I got a maitake. Each one of these mushrooms is gonna require a different cooking method, but it'll be totally worth it in the end.
Cut the base of Shimeji mushrooms, then start plucking off individuals or groups of mushrooms like this. Get a dry pan over medium heat and throw in the mushrooms for about 3 to 4 minutes to draw out their juices and brown them a touch. Add in a dash of Golden Mountain seasoning sauce here and give the mushrooms a quick toss and set these aside. For maitake mushrooms, we'll start to separate these into clusters like this. Then, into a dry pan over medium heat like usual. Since these mushrooms are a bit thicker, we'll add the weighted press onto them to squeeze out their juices. After a minute, the juices will come up and we'll press for another minute until we can get some color underneath. After we flip them, we'll add in some neutral cooking oil so we can get some browning on them for maximum flavor. The last step for these, add a touch of fish sauce for umami and give them a toss with some cracked pepper. Look at how nice these turned out. For trumpet mushrooms, let's cut the base off each of them. Slice them vertically into 3 pieces. We'll lightly score each side to make checkered marks like this. Dry pan over medium heat again, and we'll sear these trumpet mushrooms for a couple of minutes on the first side. Then, add butter, some onions to give savoriness and flavor. Flip each piece of mushroom over and sear for another minute. Add some cracked pepper, salt to taste, and these are just about ready to go. Check out how delicious these look.
We're also going to use this snow fungus. What this is gonna do is give everything like a nice crunchy bite. And this is oftentimes used in like Chinese herbal broths, but I love it in pho. And then I have a store-bought fried tofu, and you just add this in for a little bit more extra protein.
Working with snow fungus is super easy. Get them into a bowl and pour in some hot water and let them hang for about 15 minutes. You'll notice that they end up expanding a lot, and you'll get clusters like this. Simply slice them up here and they're ready to go. Since they're primarily for texture here, we'll add them at the end, but you could also have them bubbling in the broth and absorbing that flavor, which I probably should have done. For the fried tofu, we'll want to just slice them into pieces. This is a firm fried tofu, so the texture will bring a nice hearty bite to our pho. After the trumpet mushrooms we just fried, I use the same pan with the remaining butter and toss these tofu pieces in with some green onions to warm them through.
Lastly, the broth. I tend to use a mushroom-based broth for the richness of it. The most important things are gonna be to char the onion and to char the ginger. And then I also add in beans, I add in kombu, I also add in a little bit of miso paste. I will link a broth video that I made down below so you guys can see it. For spices, we have this pre-done up spice pack that has star anise, cinnamon bark, fennel seeds, and then for saltiness, I have this spice pho cube.
Get your hearty veggie broth to a rolling boil and throw in the spices and simmer for about 1 hour.
Let's talk fresh toppings for pho. I'm always at a pho spot and I'm always finding that the toppings are super skimp. And this is probably one of the most critical things to get right. We of course have some fresh bean sprouts. We have nice cilantro. We got some really fresh, nice Thai basil here, but you don't see as often as the Vietnamese coriander. And then of course we got our fresh jalapenos and some lemon wedges to cut through the richness of the broth. There are 2 other toppings that I love as well.
Nuoc bio is traditionally made with the fat deposits of broth, but for time's sake, we'll just cut some green onion stems here and get them into some oil with a touch of salt. Cook these on a low heat for a couple of minutes and they're done. For pickled onions, we'll get some really thin slices going here into a mixing bowl. Then add about 1 tablespoon of vinegar, a dash of cracked pepper, and a pinch of salt. Mix it up and let that sit until you're ready to eat. For the noodles, I like to use these fresh pho noodles that I grab at 99 Ranch because the cook time is less than a minute. Get the noodles into some boiling water for about 30 seconds, strain, and they're ready to drop right into your bowl. From here, we can start to assemble everything. Add those seared shimeji mushrooms, those umami maitakes, and those buttery trumpet mushrooms. Next, we'll add the fried tofu pieces, slices of snow fungus for texture, a slice of jalapeno for some heat, fresh bean sprouts, Vietnamese coriander, sprigs of cilantro, and our fresh Thai basil. For bonus, I'll also throw in the green onion stems. If you eat pho at a restaurant, you would typically add a lot of these fresh toppings in the bowl after the soup is in, but I like to keep things piping hot and add an extremely hot soup in at the very last part. For the final step, we'll add in drizzle of that green onion oil we made and those thinly sliced pickled onions, and we are ready to grub down. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, because you'll be eating good.
Look at that steam. It's like you're just breathing in that essence of pho. They should make a pho humidifier where you just breathe all those aromatics. It's cozy, it's comforting. Let's give it a try. We have that rich aromatic pho broth. We got all those fresh herbs. Then cannot forget the triple combo mushroom. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining me on this one. I'll see you guys later. Peace.